Hello guys, it's Johnson. Today I'm doing a weekly blaze. Yes, it has been far too long since I've done a weekly blaze, but here we are, finally doing another one. So, to explain what this series is, it's kind of like a weird vlog podcast style thing where I'm just kind of standing here talking about whatever. Mostly going to be probably just my thoughts on random things, or maybe like random stories, maybe some smaller scale unboxings, or just some random stuff that comes up, I guess. It just depends on what happens, Um, so, it's been a long time. I used to do this series on my channel for quite a long time, actually. I started this in 2014, and I'd say I did it a decent amount all the way up to like the end of 2016, and then I started again in 2018, and my last episode was the first full week of 2020, so it's been about 2 years since I've done one of these, and it's the longest gap I've had. I want to bring these back. This is a trial run episode. If I feel like this episode isn't very good, and I don't think it's really worthwhile, I probably won't do them. I might do another one in the future just to check again, I guess, but like, if I don't think this series is worthwhile, I'm not going to do it, but I just think it's a fun series, because I can just talk about whatever I want, which is always fun for me. And if people want to watch, if you want to comment, actually, if you just want to leave comments about random stuff, you can. I don't know if people will watch these or not, I kind of doubt it, but just leave comments, I guess, if you do, because it's kind of cool. I could talk about stuff. If you want to talk about whatever I talked about, maybe like I talked about an opinion on Beyblade, you want to chime in on that, and then I could respond to you about it or something, I don't know. It's just fun to be able to talk about, hobby stuff, But anyways, it's just interesting, I guess. That's kind of what the series is. I just talk about the stuff I like, because, why not? Now, I guess, the reasons why I stopped this series, actually, I don't know. I really don't. It kind of just went down to I didn't upload much in general for, the first half of 2020, at least after, January. And I came back in, late July, and even then I was a little inconsistent for, another month or so. Then I came back, and I was fine. And I uploaded, I think 2021 I did okay. I never had any very long gaps, but I wasn't always very consistent either. Sometimes I just take off a random month, it just happened. But yeah, I'm hoping to not do that again this year. I have a lot more ideas planned out that will hopefully kind of keep me uploading a little bit more. I don't want to be reliant on unboxings and sometimes Bakutech reviews to carry my channel. I want to actually do more kind of how it was 2018-19, where I was just uploading more videos in general, just kind of having a better time with YouTube, not just, okay, here's a new Beyblade release, see ya. I was actually doing more stuff, and that was, to me, a lot more fun. So, yeah, I want to bring back more stuff. This is one of them I want to at least try. Also, Chef Blaze, if I can get more of those going. The problem with Chef Blaze, though, is actually I just don't know many cooking things, so I'm not sure what to do. I have a few ideas, though. I can maybe make something work, so we'll see how that goes. And then, Blaze Rages, if I can think of something, I'm not as concerned about those right now, but also just, like Blaze reviews or anything like that, just for fun, just bring them back. And then of course, Bakugan, Beyblade, Bottleman, anime stuff, those are always around whenever. So yeah. Now, as far as my current collection, because I do have quite a lot of collections here, you can see my stack here of, manga and light novels just there. It's a lot. My actual anime collection, it's overflowing. I have stuff here, and there's actually games behind those books. Those books need to go elsewhere. Those are light novels. I have more stuff just kind of in this corner here that I need to do something with. A lot of box sets, a lot of stuff stacked up on there. Same with this shelf. Those are just standard editions down there. Then I have the games. I'm thinking about actually moving these games and putting them somewhere else, and using this just for anime stuff, and maybe changing up how these shelves are. Maybe even getting new shelves. I don't know what I want to do yet. I might try to get a big shelf even. I don't know. we will see what happens, but I don't know. As of now, I do want to change up this shelf space. I just don't think it's very good right now. It looks terrible because like you have games, and then there's like two spots of games, and there's this, which is just anime stuff overflowing in front of games, and there's just anime stuff on this entire shelf just overflowing. So yeah, it used to be game shelves. It's becoming anime. I mean, I have my game stuff all like over here, so it doesn't. I mean, it's fine. I have enough game stuff, I would say. Yeah, that's that. Bottleman. Bottleman. I do have Bottleman stuff. So we have, of course, these first few here. I have had these forever. Well, not really forever. I've had them for like not even a year, but it was the first four that I did unboxings on quite a while ago. And then these two in the Fusion, which are... I've had them since actually not too long after these, but I didn't actually do the unboxing videos up until about a month ago. I actually just never got around to it. Funny thing, I just got them, and I put them together. I never stickered them. Well, I guess I didn't put together a Blend Dragon. I just kind of had that there. Then I finally got around to sticking Rising Milk and Fusion Black, and then I'm like, okay, I should probably build Blend Dragon, so I did. And of course you have these guys here. Also, I didn't say what day it was. That's something I always used to do, is say what day it is. Today is Tuesday at 5 a.m. Anyway. So you got these. These are four newer ones. Skull Pistol, Kerpeps, Salafire, and Semets, and there's Blast Boss right here. There's a Bakugan starter pack right there as well. But anyway, Bottleman. Still gonna get more of them. These are, I think, this is everything up until like November, at least aside from recolors, but still have to get the December stuff. Maybe sometime soon, maybe within like the next month or so. I want to wait till CC Leon comes out, but I think CC Leon comes out like either this week or next week. I'm not sure. I have to check. I didn't see the release date, but I'm pretty sure it has to be soon, right? I think it was January. Anyway, Bakugan. So I've been doing a little bit more Bakugan stuff. Not reboot, just Bakutech, but I have this. I mean, it's a video I could make eventually. I just haven't, so it's just there. There's those three Bakugan just that have been there forever, chilling. It's Ikitosen, the special edition Bakugan, Armorous Bakugan, that is, funny enough, I don't think it's even the most expensive of them. In the middle is Beast Striker, my first ever Bakugan, and then there's the Full Metal Sextavimal on the right. And over here, there is all my Bakutech stuff. In this, you can't even see it, it's in this bin. I need to probably get something better for them, because I don't like leaving my Bakutech in there, because I kind of have to, like... So basically, what I would do with my Bakutech stuff is I have to move them one by one if I want to get anything out, and it takes forever. Because I don't want to damage them. I should really just invest in, like, some sort of better storage for them, because, like, they're just sitting in that bin over there. I kind of want to, like, display them, but the problem is, I want to display all my stuff, and where do I do this? Like, what? This is a room. Like, where am I going to display all this at? I could do something over here, maybe over there. This is kind of full. I could repurpose this a little bit. I can move this maybe, but like, like over here I could maybe. There's just too much stuff for me to display, I think. I don't think I will, for now anyway. But anyway, I have to figure something out for Bakutech, because it's not working. Oh yeah, by the way, since last time I did get a new bed. Yeah, it's a new bed. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's higher up than the last one, and it's longer, because it's a California king-size bed. Yeah, I was too tall for the queen-size one, because it just... Unless my head was, like, against the board, it was just too short, so I got a longer bed. Anyway. Random tangent, because, I don't know, I looked at my bed and I was like, oh yeah, I was going to mention that. It was a different bed than before. Also, reboot Bakugan. I hope these probably aren't even focused, to be honest, but haven't really gotten many new ones since the last Weekly Blaze. I think it's just these Armored Alliance ones in front. That. And a couple of Geogon. And I guess probably Ultimate Viloc and Geoforged Dragonoid over there. And I think I also got the first Unboxing Brawl Pack, so there's those as well. There's not many, though. Definitely less than, like, 15, unless you count those two separately, then, like, I guess that's 6 apiece, or 7 apiece, but like, aside from those counting as multiple, it's like, this 3 Geogun, 6 from the Unbox and Brawl Pack, and then the 7 total gear packs I got. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to Beyblade. I actually have quite a lot of Beyblade stuff to show off. Should probably move that back a little bit. So I've gotten a ton of new Beyblade. So you can actually see it here. We got yeah, let me adjust this a little bit. Everything, this is the last one I got when I was still doing Wicked Blazes. These 8 are all new. So that's fun. Let me take my phone out of my pocket, it's being disruptive. Let's see here, what else we got? This entire case is just new. Got some rare stuff in there. I don't think the other one had anything too rare, but this one does. This one has Evil Eye, and then a full Random Booster Volume 22 set, including Infinite Achilles, also the shield ones there. Plus you got Super Satan, which comes with another Extreme Dash, and this Hell Salamander looks really cool as well. Anyway. These guys have to be upside down because they're too big for the cases. The limit break stuff though, the 3 limit break bays. These 9 are the first anniversary set. Tornado Wyvern, finally got that. Curse Satan, Random Booster Volume 21 and 23. Extra bays, nothing important. Hollow Death Scyther though, that's important. Vice Leopard. I should probably have just grabbed all these cases beforehand, but it's Wicked Blaze, I can do whatever I want. These videos are just meant to be whatever. Okay, this case, Attack Belongingness, Air Knight, a couple of random boosters, bays, of course. The last couple Sparking releases, these 5? Yeah, 5. Which are the, just the Metal Fight Anniversary stuff. I don't know why I took so long to say that. Getting into DB, a few DB releases, Shelter Regulus, another DB Bay, Robohamut, of course, Beaka Culkin, another Prize Bay, it's older. Going back to DB, Savior Valkyrie, these 2 from the Spriggan Customized set, Longinus, and then of course these 5 from the V-Force Anniversary set. And then we have our last case after this. So I could finally stop doing this weird transition of putting them back in my dresser. Okay, so we got the last few bays I needed from when I was still collecting everything, which I have everything now. Negate Spriggan, and then Death and Abyss Diablos. The Overdrive set. These guys kind of have to be turned weirdly because they don't fit in the case. Greatest Raphael, Ultimate Valkyrie. The random booster version of First Uranus. DB all-in-one set base, and then these 4, which are Metal Fight Explosion set. And then this spot will be Prominence Valkyrie when that comes out in a couple weeks. Alright, I'm random jump cut, don't mind that. So I also do have a couple of Beyblade things to show off. They are actually over here. I have a couple other spots to show off, but this is a dark corner, so I'm just going to grab them and put them over here. There's quite a few things actually now that I try to grab them all, but I'll figure it out. We're fine. Alright, so we have a few more layers. So we have these 6 layers here. This was the first one I got. This was, let me hold this differently. This was Naka Odin, which I'll actually switch to autofocus, just see how this goes. So yeah, Naka Odin, rare layer from Ram Layer 3. Pretty hard to get, actually. Then I got this, actually for free, I got this Red Tornado Wyvern for free, and there's that hair stuck on here. Yeah. Pretty nice, actually. Also, this autofocus works better. I might actually start using it more often. Manual focus is too specific on this camera, unfortunately, and the autofocus sucks, but it's working right now, so maybe it doesn't suck. I don't know. Also, man, I am not used to talking for a long time. It's been a while. I've forgotten to talk for more than like 10 minutes at a time. Okay, first Uranus. This was not even a full layer, but it's something that I did get. It's an important release, I suppose. Next one that I got was this thing. The burning version of Shining on Materios, which is really cool. It's actually pretty rare. Random layer version of Chaos, which is slightly different than the triple booster set version that came out, so I did want to get the original mold. And there's also the Christmas Amaterios, which I just got recently, and yeah, the autofocus is starting to be a little bit whack again. Yeah, I figured that would happen. I don't know. Doesn't want to... It's like kind of... Maybe it's because it's translucent. I don't... Yeah, maybe the autofocus isn't very good. Yeah, whatever. It wasn't really that important anyway, but... Yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and... This is going to take forever to put back, so I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, so while I was just up and not on camera, I decided to just grab the other new things that I got here. So, did get a couple rare recolors. This one being, of course, the premium red G4 Blaze Ragnarok, which is nice. Also, I got the World Hobby Fair Gold Spirit and Requiem. I don't know if this video will be out by the time I put up this weekly blaze. It might not be. That's the nice thing about weekly blazes, is sometimes I do actually show stuff that has not been unboxed, because I feel like these are kind of redundant in a lot of ways, but yeah, I mean, you know, it's fine. I sometimes do get early unboxings on here, or early products on here, you know. I haven't put up the unboxing of this guy yet, but I do have it. Also, I will be, if I do make this into a more frequent thing, if I get any manga or, like, standard edition Blu-rays, you will see them here first. That way the roundups that I eventually put out, they're still there, but, like, I do show the stuff in these videos, which is always cool. But, anyway, another bag I got. This one is a Core exclusive. Dual Eclipse. Funny story about this. I got this thing for $2.70. New in box. So what happened was the seller put this up for a penny bid on eBay. Completely legit. I saw the pictures. It is a legit bay. And no one else placed a bid on this. And I won it. I just had to pay the tax and the shipping. All in total came out to $2.70. I got this very rare bay for that much. I guess not very rare, but it's at least minimum $50. So I saved myself $50. Also, you do have, of course, the extra Apollos half, and then the Apollos Godship, as well as the Artemis half and the Artemis Godship. So that's cool. Also, rare bay get battles. Those were a cool thing. There were 4 bays. I know they did some layers, but like, who cares about the layers? Honestly, the bays are a lot better. So the first one was, of course, Amaterios, which I now have. I boxed this a few months back. Then there's the second one, which is Balder. I unboxed this over a year ago at this point, so there's that. Orichalcum. I've had this thing for almost a year now. That's crazy to me, but yeah, I've had this guy for a while. It's the third one, and the fourth and final one, by far the rarest one as well, is Shining on Materials. Yes, this is the Takurotomi one. If you can't tell, can I take a burst bay apart with one hand? Probably. Maybe not. Actually, I could just do this. There we go. So yes, it is a Takurotomi bay, because you can tell by the disc, it's golden. The Hasbro one would not be golden. And also, teeth. Hasbro will not have teeth. So yes, this is a legit Takurotomi Shining Materials, because you don't see these very often, I feel like. I've only seen a few unboxings on YouTube, actually, so yeah. It's pretty cool. I couldn't take this thing apart with one hand, but I could put it together with one hand, apparently. I feel like that's kind of sad. Yeah, so that's all of the limited edition bays I've gotten. That's 7 of them? It's not bad. I was mainly collecting, of course, the mainline stuff until September, so, you know, it makes sense I didn't get as many of them. Plus, 5 of these things were all necessary. This guy and these 4. I needed all of them for my complete collection, because I want every motif and every evolution of every motif, which I do have. These 2 were just for fun. But again, I got this guy in, like, November, and I got this one, actually, in January, so, yeah. No, I don't have any... Wait, do I? No. No, I don't have any other bays ordered, aside from my Prominence Valkyrie pre-order, but, I mean, that's, you know... I pre-order my bays anyway, so whatever. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get next for bays. I probably will wait a little while, because I have bought a ton of stuff recently, and I don't want to spend all of my money. I mean, I still have, like... I mean, I could, but, yeah. You know, I honestly wanted to. I saw that one lottery Prime Apocalypse. It's like $1,000. I'm like, you know, I could. I could do this, but, you know, I'm not going to. As fun as it would have been to have bought a $1,000 beta show, it would have probably not been worth it, honestly. But, yeah, I'm going to go and put these back, and that will probably be just about it for today. I do have something else to say, which I will get to in a moment. Alright, so that's just about it for my first clip back of Weekly Blaze, or, well, first day, I mean, not clip. I've recorded a few clips now. But I do want to do 2 more things. So first up, this might actually take a few minutes. I don't know why I said just about it. This might be like another 5 to 10 minutes. Anyway, so the first thing is, I actually want to tell the story about collecting all of my Beyblades. So I did talk about that with my Duo Week clips. I just figure, you know, these videos, they're kind of whatever. I feel like it'd be fun to just tell the story of how I collected all of my Beyblade. Not everything, because I'm not going to go back until, like, Valkyrie, like the original Valkyrie, and, like, the first 4 original burst bays, or, hell, even when I was 9 and I bought out Flame Cinder. No, we're not going back that far. I just want to go back through 2020, actually, and 2021, and kind of just go through that story, basically, because, like, I really wish I recorded more Weekly Blaze videos, because that would have been a lot of fun. But I did not, so here we are. So yeah, I want to go back and tell the story about how I kind of finished my collection, because a lot of the stuff I was missing were expensive bays, and I feel like, you know, it's kind of whatever to talk about, like, oh, I got a normal bay. So I want to talk about, like, the first month or 2 really quick. This won't take too long. It's just, like, it's mostly one story, but yeah, I finally got back into Beyblade in July 2020 for a very long gap, and I saw, you know, sparking stuff. I'm like, this looks cool. So I decided to order the first 4, and I got those 4. And I'm like, this is cool. Sorry to yawn. So Super Hyperion, King Helios, Glide, Ragnarok, and Brave Valkyrie. I got those 4. I'm like, this is cool. I you know, didn't do anything for a couple more weeks, then I found some more sites. I actually found that there's a lot of more Beyblade sites around, so I decided to order some stuff. So I ordered, I actually made I knew I was getting some stuff for my birthday, Beyblade related, but I knew one of them I was not getting was Big Bang Genesis, so I decided to order Big Bang Genesis. I also threw in a few other things. I threw in Cosmo Valkyrie and Flare Dragon, because why not? I also threw in the red version of Guardian Kirbyus, because again, you know, I actually wanted that red Guardian Kirbyus for a very long time, I just never got it. And probably the biggest one being Crash Ragnarok, finally getting back some prize bays. So, that was fun. So I got those, and then I also threw in a couple Metal Fight bays, the original Capricorn and Quetzalcoatl. So I got those. I was all good. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I kind of want more Beyblade stuff. So in September, I ordered the 2 other bays I knew I was not getting for my birthday. Mirage Fafnir and Rachel Longinus. Got those like 2 days before my birthday. And then on my birthday, I got Master Diablos, which, funny thing, this was not actually given to me as a gift. We actually had to search the house for it because no one knew where they put it. So that was something, and it ended up being in its like original package, just underneath like a magazine, just sitting there. That was funny. At the time, I was like, oh god, this is an expensive bay. I don't want to have to like buy it, but yeah, no, it was there. I also got Variant Lucifer and of course, the Sparking Triple Booster set. That was fun. And that day, also on my birthday, I pre-ordered World Spriggan, so I got that like a week later. I guess not pre-ordered, it was already out at that point. But only in Japan, like it hadn't made its way to the States yet. Because it was like, I think, yeah, that was like a day after it came out. So, you know, it wasn't quite here yet, but it was pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, I think it was 2 days after it came out, I don't know. Well, I guess I do know, because my birthday was on a Sunday. So, yeah, it would have been, I guess, technically a day or 2 days, depending on the time zone. But, yeah. And the next one I ordered briefly after, this is the last one I'm going to talk about. So I ordered a Random Booster Volume 2. This was an interesting one, because I ordered this, right, and I was like, okay. So, Left Burst, another YouTube person who does Beyblade videos, that was the worst description I've ever heard. I could have said Baytuber. Anyway, they did this video where they unboxed every random booster. And they mentioned Random Booster Volume 2 being like $40 on eBay. And there's like one seller who had them up for that much. And the one he got would have been B2402. The 02 being like, you know, there's like each of the 8 random booster pulls are numbered. 01's the prize. 02, obviously not the prize, but it's the second one in there. So I watched this video, and you got that one. It was only a couple months before this, and I'm like, you know, I don't think Random Booster 2s are very in demand. And the amount ordered was enough for there to just be a case, right? Because it said 23 ordered, right? 1 available. Meaning that this was the last one, probably of this entire case. So I'm thinking, right, okay, this is the last one of the case. The thing I don't know, this is the hard part, is that do Beyblade random boosters come in a set order in cases? I would assume so. So I'm thinking, okay, if they come in a set order in cases, the seller, he is like a big Beyblade seller, so likely would grab them, probably leave them in boxes, and grab them as he goes, right? Assuming that there is some level of order, he just grabs one, probably just goes down the line, right? I wouldn't assume he just grabs literally a random one. He'd probably go down the line. Just grab them. Obviously, if you're a seller, you're just grabbing things probably out of the line. It makes sense, right? So I figure, okay, if he grabs these out of a line, no matter which direction he started in, whether it be left to right, right to left, up to down, down to up, it does not matter. If the 02 one was the second to last one in the case, no, if there was any level of a system within these cases, the last one in this would be 01, Evil Eye. That was my thought process buying this thing. You know, obviously I'm taking some liberties here, of course, like, okay, cases could mean nothing, they could just be randomized entirely. Maybe he was grabbing them randomly, and yeah, I'm just assuming. Again, these are 2 assumptions that I was thinking about. So I'm like, okay, I could be right or I could be wrong. So I ordered it for $40. I ordered this random booster, and I got it. I actually forgot I ordered. Well, I didn't forget, but I didn't think it was going to be there that day, and it was just here. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I bring it inside, and I'm like, all right, got my random booster. Open it up, and I made a video about this, so it's already out there. But it was Evil Eye. I actually pulled Evil Eye. So that was hype because that base is very expensive, and I was going to have to pay at least like $150 to get it. So I'm glad I didn't have to do that. Still like $40 for a chance at getting it, which is ridiculous. But anyway, so I just wanted to tell that story because either I got extremely lucky and actually pulled the like 12.5% chance of getting the Evil Eye, or I billion IQ that and just managed to figure out the system and get an Evil Eye. I might actually try that again at some point just to see if there is a system or not. Tempted to, maybe with a cheaper random booster. If there's a certain pull I want, and maybe if I don't have money base from that random booster, I'll just grab it to see what happens. We'll see. If I'm right, that would be kind of insane. But I don't know. I might not be. I might just leave that alone and just let it be like a one-hit wonder type thing. But yeah, those are my initial Beyblade stories going from like the start of it at the end of July up until early October. So next time I do a segment like this, I probably won't do another one in this weekly blaze. I want to spread them out so I have something to talk about in future weekly blazes. Assuming I do more, I think I probably will. Actually, this is kind of entertaining. But anyways, yeah, that's everything for that. But the last thing I want to mention, this is going to be, well, I guess for me it's going to be like tomorrow, or I guess not technically tomorrow, it's already Tuesday, but whatever, you know what I mean. When I wake up, it will be, I will have something in the mail that I will actually be unboxing exclusively on this weekly blaze. I will show it off in a video, at least somewhat, but I do want to at least kind of show it in a weekly blaze, just so it's out there. And yeah, so that will be a Bakutech. I'm getting Municus. Destroy Municus. I think Death Municus is technically correct, but I like to say Destroy Municus. I think that's the more correct name, so Destroy Municus. Yeah, so I'm getting that one in original colors, finally, and it should be here today, so that'll be fun. And that will be a weekly Blaze exclusive. I did this before with St. Aquas as well. Originally, I was just going to try to do like a quick 1-minute overview of it in a different unboxing, but I'm like, I don't know if that's worth it or not, but yeah. Speaking of, the other unboxing that I was going to do it in was actually going to be the Zeta Municus unboxing. Yes, I have ordered a new unboxed Zeta Municus. Again, I don't know whether or not this will be out first, or if that will be out first, but regardless, that's something that I am very much looking forward to. It's actually a new unbox, a sealed Zeta Municus. I'm not going to say how much it cost me, because it was quite a lot, but I did buy one finally. But yeah, that's about it for now, so the next clip will be unboxing Destroy Municus, so that'll be fun, so let's just get to that. Alright, so as I promised, I am going to be unboxing Destroy Municus. Wait, did I promise I was going to? I just woke up, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, I did. I tripped up saying Death Municus instead of Destroy Municus. Yeah, so I did mention it, but this is the package it came in. It's really interesting. It's like a reflective red. You can see the cell I ordered from as well. But yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and open the package itself off camera, because I don't know if there's shipping information in here. Looks like there might be. Okay. Oh, I think there are actually cards in here. Nice. Let me zoom the camera in a bit. Nice thing is I also don't have to care that much in weekly blazes. I mean, I still don't want to make these videos, like, awful, but I just want them to be a bit chill. I mean, I don't have to, like, actually try that hard. And why is there a sticker on this? Let's see, this is a... Oh, these are just random cards. That's fine, though. Let me take off a sticker really quick. So these are both American cards. Looks like something from Gundalian Invaders right here. Some Dark card, I think, called Pebbles. And then this looks like a probably original series, or I have a new story. I think it's original series, so G Power bonus. I believe I have this card. Anyways, so not anything related to the background itself, but that's fine. I mean, as long as I get some cards, it's always appreciated. Oh, I have 10% off. Nice. If I order something else, I might actually take them up on that. I'm sorry that people were just being too loud, so I cut the video, which is fine because I needed to get this thing opened anyway, so there we go. Let's go ahead. So my nails are way too long. Sorry about that. Didn't realize. Anyways, this is Destroy Municus in original colors. Magnet worn off of it, but that actually doesn't look terrible. The darker symbol's fine. Everything else with the paint looks fine. Let's see the cross parts on the sides. Metal soles. These are plastic, obviously, but yeah. Opening it up. Opens up like that. And this is probably one of the cooler box tech, especially for an early one. Yeah, I guess 36mm are cooler, but whatever. Feet flip out, and then the horns just kind of pull up a little bit, like that, yeah. And there's Destroy Municus. Slight bit of paint chipped on the horns, but who cares. This thing looks really nice. The metal's very cold because it was in the mailbox. And it's very cold out right now, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, G power on this guy. It's like my flares are going. It's 520 Gs. Nice. Okay. Probably one of the cooler Bakugan. I'm just gonna really quick here throw this guy on my on the card and then just point him up. Focus. All right, let's wait. All right, there we go. That's the thumbnail shot because that's how I get views on these things sometimes. My St. Aquas one, Weekly Blaze from like 2 years ago, got a lot more views than it should have because I unboxed St. Aquas in it. So if I show the box on the thumbnail, maybe more people will watch. Anyways, that's my clickbait strategy. I don't really care much about clickbait. I just want to see if that actually works or not. Anyways, that's Destroy Municus. I will go a little bit more in depth in this thing in my Zeta Municus review. Or, not review, unboxing, because I'm going to show it with all of the other Municus evolutions. So that'll be fun. But until then, I will hold on to this, and I'll talk more later in the week. Or maybe tonight, I don't know. We'll see. So I realized I forgot to mention something about these videos. These weekly blazes, they're actually not going to be out weekly, unlike the title suggests. So I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I didn't. Anyway, yeah, so Weekly Blaze, it always had two meanings. The first being that it recaps a week, the second being that they came out weekly, or were supposed to. Yeah, I've never been consistent with that. I feel like I maybe got 1 or 2 months of consistency before, and then eventually I did like a 2 weeks in one, or, skipped a week, or skipped a month or two, or a year and a half, and now 2 years until now. Yeah, so these aren't going to be something that I put out weekly. My goal is to get out at least, at minimum, 1 a month. Hopefully 2, though. Now, obviously, if I am recording, every week, for multiple weeks straight, that's great. But I'm not going to force myself to record these. Because here's the thing, right? I don't do a whole lot. So there's not always things to talk about. Now, right now is actually a pretty good time. Because obviously, I think that January, February, I think I can actually do pretty well with them and get out more, to the 2, or even more than 2 a month. It's just that, after I run out of my Beyblade stories to tell, and, if I don't get anything, it's what am I even going to talk about? There isn't a whole lot for me to talk about. Since this is mostly just going to be talking about hobbies and stuff. So, yeah, these aren't going to be overly frequent, but I feel like they are fun to do here and there. So, and also you can see over there my Beyblade stadiums are getting a little bit out of hand. I should probably store those somewhere, honestly. I gotta leave out the BB-10 attack type stadium for Metal Fight, maybe the 0D attack type stadium. Aside from that, I don't know, the burst standard type. Maybe the DB, and maybe the Limit Break Stadium just for the hell of it. I don't know. I don't need all of my stadiums ever. There's even a couple more up there. They're just there. Yeah, I don't know. I need to put those somewhere. or at least like have somewhere that they aren't taking up extra space, because that could easily be like a small shelf over there. I could put something over there, but they're taking up space. So yeah. Anyways, hobbies. Yes, so I want to talk about anime stuff today. So I've watched obviously a ton of anime, so I'm not going to go through every single one that I've watched, because we would be here for way too long. I just want to bring up the ones that I think are pretty notable and that I actually like. When I think back to them, like, yeah, this is an anime that I actually really liked a lot. I guess I can give some liberties. It doesn't have to be something I thought was like amazing. It could just be something that I could talk about at least a little bit. Actually, I could just run down a line. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, I'll run down a line of things that I thought were like solid, and then I'll go back and talk about certain ones that I think are actually worth talking about. Alright, so I'm doing this just off of memory, which I do remember everything. It's just I might pause for a second here and there to think. Anyway, so my list would be of the solid things I've watched, I would say. Let's see. I'm just going to go back to 2020. I think I've talked about some of them before. Oh no, I know I talked about Dr. Stone, Demon Slayer, The Promised Neverland, and Attack on Titan, maybe. I do want to actually talk a little bit more about Attack on Titan, because I don't know if I finished it by the time I stopped Weekly Blazes. Attack on Titan's good. I think I mentioned it, I thought it was good. It didn't live up to the hype, though. I can still kind of agree with that. I think it is really good. It's just, yeah, people out there saying it's the best anime of all time. It isn't. Also, like, the studio change, because back when I talked about it, there was only Season 3 Part 2. That was the newest thing. There was no final season, no studio change or anything like that. But I could say Season 1, I think, upon rewatch, is actually really good. It's just, initial watch, it kinda sucks. Not sucks, it is okay, but it's not anything that great. It sets up the world okay enough, but I feel like it's a lot of setup that you are kinda... It comes into play later, but when you're watching it, I feel like it's just kinda like, whatever. But yeah, Season 1, it's still like a solid enough season, It's fine. It's just not great, I guess. Okay, Season 2 is actually pretty good. There are some moments that are like, Upon rewatch, yes, it's a lot better. But I think that's kind of the thing about Attack on Titan is, like, as you find out more about the world, it gets better. But first time watching, it's good, though. There are a couple moments in this season that are like, damn, these are some really great moments. Season 3, I think parts 1 and 2 are both just great. I had a lot of fun with these. The final season. Okay, the final season. This is an interesting one. So part 1's out. It's been out for a while now. I think story-wise it is great as it was before. But animation-wise it's... Okay, aside from the Titans, I think animation-wise it is still really good. I think the Blu-ray did fix a lot of those errors from the TV version, so I think, aside from the Titans, it does look really good still. I'd say overall the final season is still, like, really, really good. It's just, there is that sort of dip in quality for the Titans, and everyone's like, oh no, but Mappa did great. And yes, Mappa did great. But I'm not gonna, sit back and say that the Titans just look good to try and, defend the show. Like, no, they don't look great. Like, I would honestly say the Titan animations are like a 4 out of 10. Like, they're subpar. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't blend in very well. And it's not even to do with the animation itself fully. A lot of it, at least in my opinion, just comes down to, like, the texture. There's someone on YouTube. I might try to leave a link if I remember when I'm editing this. If I don't, then I guess just try and find what I'm talking about. Like, it was like a Attack on Titan, like, final season visual fix, something along those lines. Again, I'll link it if I remember to, but I probably won't, because there's a lot of stuff I talked about in here, and I'm not going to be thinking about this specifically, probably. But anyways, so yeah, there was a video where this guy, he basically just added more texture to the Titans from final season. They looked a lot better. I think part of it is the animation isn't as good, but I think that the models themselves and just like the textures they used don't look good either. I feel like maybe if they could update the models, and I think Final Season Part 2 they're doing a lot better with this, But part 1, they still don't look good. Like, I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. It's still a good season. It's just the Titans don't look very good. Final season part 2 at time of recording, only 2 episodes out. I can't say much about it yet. I think that story-wise, yeah, it's still really good. You know, everything's great, you know. And animation-wise, I think it looks better. That's all I could really say because, well, again, we don't really have everything out yet, so it's hard to really make a judgment on that. Anyways, I know I talked about Attack on Titan last time, so let me just continue on with everything else that I thought was noteworthy. Let's see here. Okay, I know I said I was going to wait to talk about all of them, but there is one other one I want to talk about really quick that I think is noteworthy. That's ReZero. Only reason I'm bringing this up, Season 1 I was not a fan of, but I think Season 2 kind of picked it up, and Season 2 Part 2 especially really picked it up. ReZero is an interesting one. I don't think it's great, but I think it's still a good show now anyway. the first season, though, I'm not a fan of it. Anyways, let me actually go down the list now, normally. So, okay, of the things that I watched, I think were at least, like, solid, I would say. Let's see here. Noragami. I think I pronounced that really badly. Noragami. Anyway, moving on. Flip Flappers. Death Parade. Panty and Stocking. Yeah, this is not going well, is it? Okay, that's kind of that's like the first half of 2020 right there. So I could just go in chunks, actually. That'd probably be easier. Those are the only shows from the first half that I could say were good. Those other few things I mentioned right at the start of the video when I got to Attack on Titan, or at the start of this clip, those I watched all in January. So everything else I just mentioned was February through June. Those are all the notable shows I can think of. Noragami, solid action show. Not much else to say. I'm not really going to overview this one too much. But Flip Flappers, this is a great show. I actually have the premium edition, right? It's all the way to the right. It's like right there-ish. It's all the way to the right in the second shelf. It's a blue one. But yeah, this show is great. It's very creative. The way it does just everything is really cool. Also, the ending, like the last few episodes, are really, really good. So yeah, overall, just a really enjoyable show, though. After that, I would say, let's see, what else I say? Death Parade. Just a cool show to watch, honestly. Like, it's nothing phenomenal, but it is just good. Panty and Stocking, very funny, comedy anime. It reminds me a lot of something like, something you'd see on Cartoon Network almost, but like not because it's for mature audiences. It's weird. It just kind of has a similar vibe, though, and I really enjoyed it a lot. So, yeah, there's that. Also, within the first half of 2020, I do want to mention Tokyo Ghoul as well, because Tokyo Ghoul was just so awful. Like, the first season, aside from the end, was actually, like, I would almost argue that it was good. Like, it actually was an interesting, anime. It had an interesting premise. They rushed the hell out of the ending, though. And then we have Tokyo Ghoul Route A, which was the second season. That was just not good. They went a lot into the anime original route, and it wasn't very good. It just wasn't. Then you get to the third season of Tokyo Ghoul Re, which was just bad because they went back to not fully adapting, but just staying on the path of what the manga has, and adapting it like that. And they didn't really check for continuity, so basically what happened is you have some scenes where it's like, you basically just get references from the past that are actually based on stuff that happened in the manga of Tokyo Ghoul, and that happened differently in Tokyo Ghoul Route A. So, if you're an anime-only person, a lot of the things that are mentioned just never happened. And it's hilarious, but it's so bad. And then there's the final season, Tokyo Ghoul Re second season, which is just an absolute train wreck. I actually did the math on this one. So, a lot of people say the golden rule is 2 chapters adapted per episode. Obviously, depending on the series, this can kind of, change. But anyway, Tokyo Ghoul Re second season on average adapted a 9.25 chapters per episode, which is hilarious. It was awful. Like, this anime was seriously bad. It's bad enough that I had to mention it just because of how bad it was. Anyways, second half of 2020, I would say like a lot of shows were pretty notable. I would say Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Wasteful Days of High School Girls, Space Dandy, Darker Than Black, and Tatami Galaxy. All 6 of these were great, I would say. Cowboy Bebop, obviously a classic. I mean, who hasn't at least heard of it? It's really good. Of course, talking about the anime, not the Netflix one. That's a different train wreck that I have not seen, fortunately. Anyways, Samurai Champloo, I think actually it reminds me a lot of Cowboy Bebop. I actually like it a little bit more though. I think part of that's just the music, and the show is really good. Also, it's one of the best anime openings of all time, in my opinion. So there's that. Wasteful Days of High School Girls. It's just an entertaining anime. I don't know what else to say about it. Like it was just a good time overall. It took me a couple episodes to kind of really get into the comedy of it, but once I did, I liked it a lot. Also, this was done by a studio called, I believe it's just called Passion. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing it though. But I think it's probably the one thing they put out that's actually good. Everything else they put out has not been too good. Kind of destroyed a lot of very highly regarded shows or manga. Like the Higurashi remake was pretty bad, I've heard. High School DxD Season 4. I mean, it's not the most serious anime, to be honest, but like it was actually not bad, and yeah, Season 4 sucked. And I know that there was another anime, I think it's called like Miruko? I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it was like a horror series type of thing, kind of. I know that they botched it pretty badly, though. Yeah, they just aren't very good. I know they also did Citrus, which wasn't great. I did watch that. That was not too good. But yeah, they've had a pretty horrible track record, but I will say this is the one thing they put out that I actually did like. So, good job. You did one anime well. Aside from that, though, what else is there? Goddamn, we're already at 15 minutes. Anyways, Space Dandy. This is another really good anime. I would say one of my personal favorites, like, of all time. Like, this anime was just seriously great. It's just, like, a lot of random stuff happens. It's not the most serious anime, but it's just, like, such a fun anime to watch. And I think it's probably one of the anime that I'd recommend most to, like, non-anime watchers. After that, I'd say Darker Than Black. The first season is very good. I think the first season, it's a good time. I had a lot of fun with it. Definitely not as great nowadays, but back when it came out, it was very good. I finally just got around to watching it, but I do like it still. Though the second season kind of sucks, but that's a different story. Tatami Galaxy. This anime is very hard to watch because the subs go extremely fast, because they talk extremely fast in the show. It's one of those anime that you probably would hear a lot of elitists talk about, but it's actually like really good. So I mean, they're not wrong. If you can keep up with the subs, I think it's a good anime to watch. But other than that, you know, it might be good to skip on it just because of that. But if you can keep up with them, then yes, definitely watch it. After that, though, I would say first half of 2021. Okay, I actually watched a lot of good ones at this time. Let's see, there was Love Live Nijigaku, The Great Pretender, Assassination Classroom, Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, Devil is a Part-Timer, Land of Lustrous, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, let's see, there's still a few more actually. Jujutsu Kaisen, Punchline, High Score Girl, Space Patrol Luluco, Hyoka, Bunny Girl Senpai, and Nagatoro. So all 14 of those. That's quite a lot. I could probably go through, like, I feel like a lot of these, though, I thought were good, but not, like, anything insane. So I could probably go through these a little bit quicker. Love Live Nijigaku, I think, was a very interesting approach to Love Live because they kind of, each character was kind of doing their own thing. They weren't really a group, so I think it was a lot of fun to watch that happen. All characters kind of have an episode dedicated to them as well. It was interesting. I feel like maybe it feels a little awkward to watch at times because it really focuses, like, hyper focuses on the character, so it's kind of, watching it, like, back-to-back episodes was kind of weird, but it was still enjoyable for sure. I liked it a lot. Great Pretender. This show almost reminds me of like a Western movie turned into an anime. The first arc, anyway. The first arc, I think, was a very enjoyable, fun time. After that, I think the show drops off. The second and third arcs were good, but not great. And the final arc was, like, very, very weird. I feel like it... In some ways, I actually like it a lot, but in other ways, I really don't. I don't know. It was very mixed, in my opinion. Assassination Classroom is just a great shonen. I highly recommend that to whoever, because I feel like shonen are pretty easy to recommend to people. I'm not going to get into that because I feel like otherwise it's a spoiler. The synopsis does enough of a... I would say it does enough to, like, get people into the show. It's just... It is very good. Anyway. After that is Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. It's basically a anime about a club of a few girls who want to animate stuff and make, like, anime and whatnot. It's actually really, really cool to watch. I'm sure some people find this one kind of boring, but I definitely enjoyed it. After that, we have Land of the Lustrous, actually a 3D anime. But the 3D actually looks very good. It is a very strange anime, and it, unfortunately, doesn't really have much of an ending at all. Like, usually anime, you know, sometimes they'll end and they don't finish the story, but, like, the final episode of, like, a first season can at least wrap things up well enough. This one just kind of ends, and, like, it looks like there should really be another episode after it, but there just isn't, so... Hoping for a season 2, otherwise I'd probably say to read the manga, because the manga is kind of crazy, and it's really, really good. So, I recommend it. After that, though, I would say... What else do we got? What else have I watched? I just forgot the order. Okay, there we go. Monthly Girl Sazaki-kun. This one, it's just an enjoyable show. It's just chill. I mean, I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm just going to move on. Jujutsu Kaisen, I would say, in terms of, like, basic shonen series, this is probably one of the best. I'd say debatably the best one we've gotten in a very long time. Animation is very clean as well. I think this is a good series. Extremely overhyped, like, let me tell you. Like, people went crazy about this show, and it's like, it's not that good. But I feel like nowadays, if you have a serviceable story and good animation, you just, like, everyone likes it. So, yeah, I guess that's probably why it got popular. It's still good, though, don't get me wrong, but, yeah, anyway. After that, we have Punchline. Punchline's a very weird show. This one... hard to recommend because you kind of have to get to the halfway point to figure out what's going on in this story. And then it gets very interesting after that, but I feel like you really gotta hold out till then. It's a weird one, but it's a lot of fun. High Score Girl, it's a solid series. But I think the big draw is that they use a lot of video game references, and they even show gameplay. They make a lot of Street Fighter 2 references, and like, show gameplay, talk a lot about it. Even talk about some, like, competitive strategies and stuff. It's really cool. I liked the series a lot, I think because of that. But aside from that, yeah, it's still a good series to watch. Really hoping I have not forgotten anything. I don't think I have, but you never know. I think I said there are 14 series. I don't feel like I've talked about 14, or anywhere close to 14. Did I, or was there 9? Did I, like, miscount? I don't know. Well, I'm just going to keep going, and hopefully that I'm just going to hope I didn't mess up. If I missed one, it can't be that important, right? Anyways, after that was Space Patrol Luluco. This one, it's like, if you've seen some Trigger series, it's going to be a really good time to watch. It just kind of makes a ton of references to that. These are only 8-minute episodes, it's just kind of chaotic, but it's a fun time to watch, I think. After that, we have Hyoka. It's a mystery series. I like this series a lot, actually. It was a great time. I don't know what to say about it. It's just a good mystery series. Bunny Girl Senpai, it's basically like if you took Bakemonogatari, but only Bakemonogatari, not the rest of the Monogatari series, just Bakemonogatari, and kind of expanded upon it and made it a little bit more realistic. I mean, obviously there's supernatural stuff in there because of how things work, but it's like slightly more realistic. And I guess you can argue maybe a little bit more polished in some aspects, but without kind of the Monogatari style of doing things. So, I guess depending on how you feel about it, you might think it's better. I think they're about equal. But I do like Monogatari a lot more still because, I mean, well, things change after Bakemonogatari. But it's a good series nonetheless. And then lastly, Nagatoro. Nagatoro is just... It's a fun series. It's kind of, at first, it's like, this is going to be terrible, but it actually turned out to be, I think, a pretty nice series. Like, I'm actually looking forward to season 2. Originally I was just watching it for the meme, but no, it's actually not bad. So, that's nice. Alright, now, the second half of 2021, oh boy, this was not a good time. Well, okay, I did watch a lot of good stuff, but I feel like there was a pretty decent period of time where I was watching some not great things. But, let's see. Good shows that I watched would probably be Asobi Asobase, Jashin-chan Dropkick, Serial Experiments Lane, Nanambiri, Love Live Superstar, Yushiki, Sunny Boy, and Kagaki Shoujo. Those 8 series. I think all these were fun in some ways. Well, I guess one of them or 2 of them were maybe not as fun, just interesting, but yeah. Also, I'm like almost 25 minutes into this point. I'm actually going to shut up for now because I kind of need to, my camera stops recording at 30 minutes, so I need to, like, make sure this doesn't just stop randomly while I'm talking, so, 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So anyway, Asobi Asobase is a very funny comedy series, that's kind of just that. I mean, you have a lot of potential here for reaction images with a lot of the faces they've made in the show, so, yeah, it's just a funny comedy series. Like, I kind of didn't expect it to be as good as it was, but yeah, it was just really good. Jashin-chan Dropkick, another comedy series. This one was interesting because I think it really did take me a little while to start liking it. Like, I was probably about halfway through season 1, and I'm like, man, I still... Like, this isn't bad, it's fine, it's just I still have another season and a half to go. But then by the time, like, season 2 was going, I'm like, I kind of don't want this to end now. Luckily, there's a season 3 coming up this year, actually, so that's nice. I feel like it takes its time to kind of get into its comedy, kind of like Wasteful Days of High School Girls that I just mentioned, but it takes its time a little bit, but once you kind of get into its comedy, I think it's really funny. And just enjoyable to watch, but anyway. Then we get to a big one, Serial Experiments Lane. Yeah, this anime, I could probably talk about this one, like, whatever the length of this Weekly Blaze is, I could definitely talk about this anime for longer than that. It's a very, very, I can't even describe the series. I'm just gonna say I don't recommend it for most people. I think it's a bit much. Unless if you really, really want to sit there and, like, think about everything that's happening while you're watching, I probably wouldn't recommend it because you're probably not going to enjoy it that much. I mean, you can watch it if you want, though, but I don't know. I feel like it's a very thought-provoking anime. Not to sound like an elitist, but that's kind of just how it is. Anyways, Nananbiri. This is just a nice show. It's just a very nice, chill show to watch. It's a great time. Yeah, like, it's just like... It's just great. I mean, I think it's actually done now as well. I think the 3rd season was the end, so... That's kind of unfortunate, but, at least it got fully adapted, so it's nice. Then I would say after that we got... What'd I say? Love Live Superstar. Another interesting spin on Love Live. You only got 5 main characters rather than, like, the typical 9, or, like, Nijigasaki even has more, but... So less characters, I think this actually works really well in its favor. You only have to develop 5 characters, and I think that kind of makes it a little bit more interesting. I feel like each character gets developed quite a bit, and I'm assuming we'll get a second season, so it tends to be how Love Live series go. You get 2 seasons in a movie, so this, in my opinion, I still like the first one the best, just because nostalgia. When I watched that was the only one out, but I think in terms of pure quality, I think Superstar is the best Love Live series as of now. After that, we got, let's see here, Yuyushiki. It's just an entertaining comedy series that reminds me of something you'd watch in the late 2000s or early 2010s, which, since I've liked anime since 2009, so for me that was great, so I had a good time with it. Sunny Boy, another one that's kind of a thought-provoking one. This one, I would say, is a little bit more accessible, a lot more accessible than Serial Experiments Lane. That one's just something. This one, I would say, is very interesting, but again, you do have to kind of think about it. You don't have to think constantly about every single little thing that's happening, but there are times where you will want to think a little bit, so it's a weird one, but I like it quite a bit. And there's Kagaki Shoujo, which it's about an all-girl school, and they're basically trying to get into this, like, very prestigious theater type of... Well, I guess technically they're in it, but, you know, like, they're basically just practicing to be in this, like, very prestigious theater group, effectively. It's kind of the easiest way to explain it. And, yeah, it's not as much about the comedy with this one, it's more like an actual story. And it was enjoyable, though. I do like it. I doubted it'll get a season 2, but it was definitely very good. And 2021, the only things I could really talk about at this point would be, I guess, Komi. Komi was pretty good. Yeah, that's really all I could say about 2022 so far. I think I might have said 2021. 2022. Yeah, I liked Komi. I mean, it was just a good series. Looking forward to season 2. It's interesting, so that's nice. And then after that, I would say, well, right now I'm watching Jahi. So Jahi, it kind of reminds me a lot of, originally I was thinking The Devil's a Part-Timer, which I think I actually forgot to talk about. That was the one I think I was missing. Aha, I figured it out. The Devil's Part-Timer was a nice show. I'm glad to get into season 2. I think that the comedy in this one, it definitely reminds me a lot of a mid-2010s anime, which it is, and I liked it a lot. Anyways, Jahi reminds me a lot of that series at first, and then over time it kind of doesn't. It a little bit, but not as much. It actually reminds me a lot of Jashin Chen Dropkick. And it actually is kind of taking a little while for me into the comedy, but I do still like the series. I think I'm going to like it a lot more. It's 20 episodes as well. I'm only about halfway through. And I have started liking it more in the past couple episodes, so... Yeah, I think it kind of has to take its time, but it is a pretty good series. Anyways, I think that's everything that I've watched that's notable over the past couple of years. I mean, I've watched more, of course, but, like, those are the notable ones. Oh, yeah, one more. From April of last year. Wonder Egg Priority. This show is very disappointing. I want to talk about this separately because I do still like the show. You know, it's still a good show overall, I would say. Then it kind of gets to the end, and it kind of just destroys itself. It doesn't destroy itself, but it introduces too many things. And it's like, well, you gotta wrap this up in one more episode, and it just doesn't. So, I mean, if they do a sequel, I think Wonder Egg Priority could still hit that point of being great. It's just, I don't think they want to. Apparently, I've heard that they didn't even know how to end it, so they kind of just didn't. If it gets like or even just a movie or something, if they can do something to this else to the series, I think it can be saved. But I don't think they're going to, so for now, I think it's just a good series. It's a very disappointing series. It's very, very good up until, like, right almost towards the end, and then it just plummets, so... I'll definitely be getting that limited edition when it comes out, though. I don't know if I'll be getting it for, like, maybe that'll be like my Easter gift, who knows. But, if not, I'm definitely buying that for myself. Like, I might actually pre-order that, to be honest. I think the limited edition looks really nice. But also, that means I can make a whole video about Wonder Egg Priority, which is also fun for me, because I want to talk about that elsewhere as well. But yeah. Last thing to do with anime, I guess, would be to give you guys my current top 15. I would do a top 10, but I feel like there's just too many shows for me at this point to say top 10. So I'm going to say top 15 because I've seen hundreds of anime. So anyway, top 15, alright. Number 15, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. No, that's wrong. Hold up. Okay, I messed this up. Okay, number 15, Love Live. Number 14, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. 13, Three Guts and a Lion. 12, Land of the Lustrous. 11, Space Dandy. 10, Flip Flappers. 9, Sunny Boy. 8, Tatami Galaxy. 7, Toradora. 6, Nanambiri. 5, Serial Experiments Lane. 4, Jinru wa Setai Shimashita. 3, Monogatari. 2, Chunibyo don Kogashitai. And number 1, of course, I've had this as number 1 forever. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. There you have it, that's my top 15. That's my entire anime talk. I went on with that for like, almost, no, I think it was over half hour. Yeah, I can talk about anime for a very long time. So, and a lot of these shows, and I don't know people who've seen them, so like, who else am I talking about aside from, a camera? Anyways, I think that's, I don't even think I even mentioned what day it is. It's Friday. It's, what time is it? 2:08 on a Friday morning. It feels like Thursday for me, but yeah. Anyways, that's that. Do I have anything else to talk about today? Kinda. I actually want to talk about Beyblade. Not a Beyblade story, just Beyblade releases in general. I want to give some predictions. That's something I've wanted to do for a while now. Kind of wish I started doing these in mid to late 2021, because I like to do predictions and stuff. So, a couple weeks here we have Prominence Valkyrie coming out. That's gonna be fun. And after Prominence Valkyrie, we apparently have a March random booster, an April booster, and then a May random booster. Who knows what else after that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give my personal predictions for what we're gonna get. Okay, so first up, no Season 7. I don't think we're getting a Season 7. I think it's going to be a DB extension. That'll be fun. I hope it's a DB extension, because otherwise, guess what? We have to get everything we've gotten already again. I don't think anyone wants that. So what I think they're going to do, I think they're going to give us like the most popular Beyblade evolutions. So I think for a random booster, for what would make sense for me, apparently I've heard that the random booster for March is actually going to be more expensive than normal. I don't know if this is a price raise just for no reason, but I think, hear me out, a Genesis evolution. So I think Genesis will actually receive an evolution at some point within this DB extension if it does happen. But if they're just randomly raising up the price like that out of nowhere, I could actually see this being a new Genesis. I could be wrong. I'm kind of mixed on this one. I don't know if that would be March or maybe May. If it's not May, I think it's going to be March, though. April booster, probably going to be Achilles, because they skipped out on Achilles through the main part of DB. I know they're probably clamoring to get this thing out by now, so I'm sure it'll be that. And then, May, which I think will be Kirbyus. I could definitely see Kirbyus and Genesis getting switched, though, but I think it'll be March, Genesis, May, Kirbyus. I'm very confident that we will get a Kirbyus, though, just because, come on, it's going to be the end of Beyblade Burst. You gotta give us the original, like, the original 4. You know, they've been holding out on them for a long time. We didn't get them in GT, or Sparking, or even DB yet, so come on. Anyway, so the reasons why I think it's going to be a DB extension is because Ultimate Valkyrie exists. Why would they, why make another system just one last system and just not include Valkyrie? Or make a new one after Ultimate. Like, no, Ultimate's got to be the last. I don't think they're going to keep going with a new system after. Which would be great, because that means that we already have all of the bays we always get out of the way, so it could be a lot of fun stuff. So that'd be perfect. Anyways, I also just think because the manga's done, I kind of don't see them doing a Season 7. I really hope they don't. Or if they do, I hope it's just DB. Like, I hope they don't do more evolutions. It's just Ultimate Valkyrie, it's the Valkyrie. Astral Spriggan, it's the Spriggan. That's all, just Stop making the same bays over and over, please. So that said, I think that's what the releases are going to be. I think that's what the DB extension is going to be about. Now, the interesting thing, though, is that with the May release, that brings us to B198. So I think I also want to throw out predictions for June and July, because June, I think, would probably be a booster. And this booster, I think, will be probably a bay that we don't really think much about, and I think that's where we're going to get a new Zeus. I think Zeus would make a lot of sense. To just kind of throw out. I could also see this one being held to a random booster. I'd say June's the one I'm the least confident on. I could definitely see them holding out on this one. Maybe doing another, like, pro tag bay, like Dragon or something, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I think the thing I'm most confident on is that B200. What could they do for B200? The 200th release, the 100th was Spriggan Requiem. So, Belial, the protagonist bay for DB, I don't think we're getting an evolution for that. I don't think we'll get a Raphael evolution either. And all of our other heavy hitters, Valkyrie, Spriggan, Longinus, Fafnir, all of these guys are done. Who would be able to kind of get us to a B200 release that would feel satisfying as probably a starter for the July release? There is not a bay more perfect that I could think of other than Excalibur. I think that this, of anything, this is the one I'm most confident on. I think Excalibur, for sure. It has to be Excalibur. If we're going to get a B200 release that lines up with a July starter, who else are you going to do except Excalibur with our current roster of bays? Like, it has to be. I don't know, it's just my prediction anyway. We'll see if I'm right or not. I'm sure I'll be wrong on, like, a lot of these, but I think that one I actually will be right on. So, yeah, I think the Zeus one I'm the least confident on. The others, kind of, but I don't know if they'd come out at that point. I think we'll still get a Zeus. I think all of these will happen if it is a DB extension, though. Really hoping it's a DB extension, because please don't do a Season 7. We're going to get, like, 10 bays in the system, and it's going to be, like, a protagonist bay, its evolution, an antagonist bay. Like, the other, like, 4 we always get, maybe, like, Ragnarok again, and then, like, what does that bring us to, 8 bays already? Probably gonna get another rare bay, like Solomon and Perseus, that'll be 9, and then the 10th bay, Achilles, just because it's the only other thing I could even think about to expect. But I feel like DB extension will make a lot of sense, so let's just hope for that. We'll see. I'm probably going to hold off on talking about more predictions and Beyblade news until there's some more definitive stuff. So I'm actually planning on doing a Weekly Blaze 2 weeks from now, because that's when Prominence Valkyrie comes out. I really want to be able to talk about that, because the teaser will likely give us some interesting information. Anyways, my voice is starting to die now. Again, like I said earlier in this video, I am not used to talking for more than 10 minutes at a time. I've been talking for, how long has it been? Like 40, 50 minutes straight at this point? I think 40. My voice is not ready for that. Anyways, I think that's about it anyway. I think I just want to have Beyblade predictions. I'm also just stumbling on my words at this point, so I'll see you maybe tomorrow. If I don't, then I'll just add in a clip somewhere to end off this video so I could just upload it soon. So anyway, yeah, that's all for now though, so yeah. Alright guys, it is now Saturday at about 2 a.m. I just want to talk a little bit about the Bottle Man releases, and I'm probably going to end this off for this week, because I think I've recorded quite a bit already, so yeah. So anyways, the Bottle Man releases. Basically there's the December ones, which I don't have yet, which I do want to get soon. And then the January one coming out very soon. So yeah, the December releases. The Random Collection Volume 1. I don't like this one, actually. So basically you have recolors of the first 3, Kolomaru, Aquasports, and Gyakurak, with a changed part, basically. So Kolomaru's headpiece is dual golds, except silver. They're not gold, they're all silver, recolored versions of dual gold parts. Aquasports has the hold pieces, or the arms, whatever you want to call them. I guess not hold pieces, arms, anyway. Then Gyakroc has the feet pieces, or whatever you want to call them, legs, I don't know. It works regardless, but yeah. Basically, the idea is if you get all three of these and you have the silver Gyakroc from April 2021, you can make dual silver, or whatever you want to call it, or like the full steel Gyakroc. I don't know what they're calling this thing. It's kind of dumb, but it kind of works, I guess. Dual gold itself, though, so it uses all three of those pieces and then the actual main piece. This thing sucks. Their advertising it basically is that you could use like the Aqua Sports magazine from the Gold Aqua Sports from almost a year ago now. Aside from that, its only gimmick is that it has the rollers, which is just some, like that. Every other speed type has that. Dual gold sucks. It looks fine, but it sucks. It's actually the main reasons why I want to talk about Bottleman is just because dual gold is stupid. And guess what? I don't know where to buy it because I'm not buying the random collections. No way am I getting duplicates of those. If I see a full set for like $80 or preferably less, I'll probably get it. If not, though, I just want to get dual gold for no more than $50. That's my absolute max. I would not want to pay $50 regardless, but no one has them. I think I saw a full set for like $120, and I'm like, no, that's not happening. So hopefully I get dual gold relatively soon. I do want it. Aside from that, though, there's the double sparking set with Sparking Knight and Satan. They pronounce it differently. I don't know what they're doing with that pronunciation for English because I'm just gonna wait until someone else in English says the name to fully know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna go with that for now, though. I don't think it's Tan. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know, maybe. So, Sparking Knight's actually pretty cool. It has a flip ring sight thing that looks neat, and it also has the rail system. Basically, the trigger's on a rail, and what that should do is it should reduce any, or in theory anyway, it should reduce any, like, errors with shooting, because if, the trigger might move around like a slight amount, but that slight amount would matter in something like shooting a cap, where this should eliminate it. Again, in theory, I'm sure it reduces it at least, though. So anyway, that's cool. It looks really cool. I think Sparking Knight's one of the best looking Bottlemen for sure, though. Satan is cool. It looks cool, but its gimmick apparently is like a power wing thing. Apparently you can have really powerful power shots. I think functionally these are both cool, and they look cool, but they don't have anything too crazy about them. They're still fine enough, though. I don't mind Sparking Knight at all either, because we're finally getting another control type. Control types have been severely lacking, I would say. Apparently dual gold's a multi-type, which is stupid because it does nothing. It's like, they shouldn't call it a multi-type. It's literally just a no-type. It has nothing going for it. Satan is a power type. We have a ton of power types already. We have quite a few speed types as well, but nice to get a control type in here. And this month's release is also a control type. It is CC Leon. This one looks really cool, actually. Has this weird, like, gimmick where it can kind of spin. It's kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. But it's fun enough. It's kind of like Kerpeps, where the gimmick is kind of useless, but hey, it's kind of cool, It looks great. Like, CC Leon, I've been waiting for a yellow Bottleman, so we're finally getting one. If only we can get an orange Bottleman. I really want an orange Bottleman. There's definitely enough orange drinks. You could do, like, an orange pop, or, like, orange juice. Please give us an orange Bottleman. That'd be great. I don't think they've said anything about February releases. I'm assuming they're probably just going to skip February, but hopefully we get something in March then. But regardless, the gimmick of CC Leon is basically this weird swivel thing where you kind of swivel the Bottleman, and it kind of lines up so you kind of line up your shots. Another control type, which is great, but the problem with that is you have to hold it down. You're supposed to take a one-handed shot. You're supposed to, like, with the other hand, just to hold down the feet part things so you could turn it manually so you can line up your shot. But couldn't you just turn it with two hands and just turn it physically, not with this thing? I get it, the lines exist, but I feel like there would have been a better way to do this. Maybe some way to kind of, almost maybe like a gyroscope mechanic type of thing, where it can kind of turn depending on how you turn it. Maybe we could have some sort of reset to it. I don't know. I feel like there was a better way to go about this gimmick, though, because it's kind of, I don't want to say trash. It's cool in theory. It's just, what is this gonna do? I don't know. The new Bottleman stuff, though, I do like. I just think the gimmicks on all of them really are lacking. Dual Gold, it just doesn't have gimmicks. It kind of sucks. But, like, the other ones, I would say Sparking Knight's probably the best. And CC Land, at least for creativity. And then, yeah, Satan kind of... It's okay enough, I guess. Probably the best one functionally, but still. I don't know. These new Bottlemen, they all look cool, though, so that's something. I'm definitely not excited about those as I was for these, though. All of these are really cool, I would say. Maybe not Salafire, but you can combine it with Salafire with a Blast Boss, make premium Salafire. That's actually pretty cool. Samet's is decent enough. Actually, now that I think about it, there's kind of no amazing gimmicks for Bottleman, really. I'd say, like, Rising Milk was, like, the last crazy one. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's just that they don't have a ton of gimmicks to work with. Who knows? But yeah, alright, cool. I got some Bottleman talk in here. We'll see what I do next week. I don't know if I will record next week. I think I will, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah. I think that's all for this week. I think I've talked enough. I've probably talked for at least an hour. Oh, also, this is the last part of the video. But I did want to mention one other edit I'm going to be making to these weekly blazes, probably. Unless I decide not to last second. But I kind of want to title them differently. So instead of titling them Weekly Blaze, in parentheses, the date I did it, and then after that, like, some sort of tagline of sorts, I might actually do the tagline title thing first, put a line after it, and then do Weekly Blaze, the date in quotes. I feel like that would, or in parentheses, I feel like that would make more sense. Maybe. But I kind of suck at titling these, so I feel like maybe it would be better if I buried that part. If I can think of a decent enough system for them, then maybe I'll try to do that. If not, I don't know. We'll see. I guess you could tell by the title of this video if I changed it or not. I feel like it'd be kind of nice to have them changed up because I am doing these a bit differently now. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what I figure out for that. Anyways, this is going to take forever to edit. Not edit, but like, just process. Cause I have to put the clips together and I have to like... what's the process called? They have to render. There we go. I have to render, and it takes a little while. My other videos usually take like 5 minutes. This one will probably be like a half an hour, which that's not even bad. It's just like, it takes a while sometimes to render, and I'm just kind of sitting there with the SD card and waiting for it to finish up. But yeah, I'm just kind of adding more time onto that, aren't I? Anyway, whatever. That's fine. That's all for this weekly blaze. I at least wanted to get one more of these going. I think I'll do at least a few more of these in the future. I don't know how frequent they're going to be. Like I said, I want to get 2 out a month. 1 if I need to. Again, I might take like a month or 2 off just randomly. Who knows? This is kind of a oddball series I don't know what I'm doing with yet. Again, I might still do a decent amount of these. I kind of do want to tell the whole Beyblade story thing that I was mentioning, how I'm going to go through all of the collection process and talk about that. So I might actually just do these back to back to back to however many I need to get to get through all of them. But we'll see. I'm trying to think of how to split that up, actually. I think I might try to maybe do, because I went through early October. I could probably go through, I would say early October, maybe up until like, and there's a lot. I probably would just go up until the end of 2020. Then I'll probably start at the beginning of 2021, probably through the end of, like, probably early April, just to get through the end of Sparking. And I probably do like early April up until September. So how many is that already? So I did one today, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I think 4. I think we're at 4 now. Because I said April, September. Yeah, it's 4. And then I guess I would do September to present, so that's 5 weekly blazes that I'll be telling these over. I'll try and do them weekly. If not, then I guess we're just going to have to wait a week or so until I get another one going. So yeah, there should be 5 weekly blazes where I tell that story. After that, though, they'll probably be spread out a bit more. I should be done with all of these, hopefully, by March. Also, interesting thing, I actually looked back at my weekly blazes. And, I've not had a February weekly blaze since 2015. Technically 2016, but it was a February all the way till May. I did like 3 months where I recorded like an hour total. That was funny. So if that happens, I just want to get another February episode out, man. The funny thing is, last time I recorded a weekly blaze, it was a 2-week in one, but the second week was actually what would be equivalent to this week in January. Days are a bit off because, that's how years work, but like, it's the same sort of setup for the week, so yeah. That's kind of funny. But yeah, in 2015 I recorded at least one a week, or I guess not one a week, one a month. I guess I started in 2014. 2014 I did them in October and November, not December though. 2015 I did at least one a month. 2016 I started back up. Again, there was the weird one from February to May. Another weird one for May, June, and then I did June up until I think like September. Then I skipped October, then I came back November, December. Stopped, did not do one in 2017, did another one in 2018, finally in June. Went through September, skipped October again. Then I did November and December. Then 2019 I came back in May, went through September again, skipped October, came back in November, and then went through January of 2020, so I have a bad habit of just not doing any weekly blazes for the first 4 months of the year, usually, and then also skipping October. So hopefully this year, I'm hoping this is the year where I can actually get out at least one weekly blaze for all of the months that I just never do. So February, March, April, and October, hopefully. If I'm still doing them by then, I hope I will, but we'll see. But yeah. I don't know, I just looked back at my weekly blazes out of curiosity and I'm like, man, I really stopped doing them. But yeah, I feel like the past couple of years I just haven't done a lot of interesting content in general. It's just been like, okay, let's just sit down and unbox a Beyblade, and that's my entire channel. I kind of want to go back to how I was at least in 2019, where I was at least doing more stuff. Like, you still had weekly blazes, you had Chef Blaze, you had, just, I feel like more interesting videos were happening back then, and kind of want to go back to that, because I feel like recently my videos as a whole, I think, have been better because I've been doing less, and I still want to kind of maintain that quality. They're not hard to maintain, really. But I feel like, yeah, they were doing better, so I'm just going to keep them like that and just do those, and I mean, I could still do these. Like, I don't know why I stopped, but, yeah. Anyways, that's, I think about it now. I went on, like, for, like, 5 extra minutes, and I didn't mean to. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. I'll save anything else for the next weekly blaze, which, if I want to, I could start recording tomorrow, because it'll be technically by the night, it'll be Sunday morning, so, yeah. I mean, these don't matter in terms of date. I record whenever, usually. It's like, if it happens to be a Saturday, and I want to start again, or it happens to be a Sunday morning and I'm ending it off, I don't care. It's whatever. These aren't that important. So anyways, that's all for this video. So yeah, this is the return episode. Let's hope I actually do more than one this time and can actually keep this going. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.